times I erased you, yet still you won't silence up. How much more resurgence do you need, anyway?
Alright folks, we need to talk about Light of Motiram, because I just watched the trailer, and as a huge fan of the Horizon series, and I mean avid, borderline unhealthy levels of devotion, I had some thoughts. This game looks like Horizon adjacent. Like, some game devs were faced with a looming deadline, and they just slapped a picture of Horizon Zero Dawn on the wall and said, "I got it." And then one of their buddies chimed in with, "What if you mixed in some Monster Hunter and Destiny for good measure?" And boom, a new IP, I guess. Now, I'm not thrilled, but I'm also not totally dismissing it, because like my mama always said, I have to give some things a chance. First things first. This game is hitting a lot of familiar beats. Post-apocalyptic world where humanity is dealing with the fallout of its own mistakes? Check. Gigantic mechanical creatures roaming the landscape? Check. A mysterious ancient civilization leaving behind high-tech ruins? Big check. And listen, I'm all for humans dealing with the consequences of being terrible to the planet, current events aside, but Light of Motiram is borrowing a lot. The intro scene even looks like it took notes from Destiny with a floating robot scanning ruins. But how many games did they actually pull inspiration from exactly? Even though Sony and Guerrilla Games haven't really said a word about this yet, bless them I guess, the problem is that I see the similarities and so does everybody else. And that alone is enough to put this game into the problematic until proven otherwise category. But let's be fair, there are differences. Enough to slap a hashtag original concept sticker on it and hope people don't notice, but differences nonetheless. For one, Light of Motiram is a survival game at its core. You've got to manage hunger, thirst, and even boredom from eating the same food over and over. Realistic and mildly annoying. Weather conditions that can straight up ruin your day, and unlike in Horizon where Aloy is a set protagonist, Motiram lets you create your own character. And the big one is the Mechanimals. This game goes all in on them. Not only are there over 100 types, but they actually help with tasks like farming, cooking, and construction. You can even customize and use them as mounts rather than just overriding a select few like in Horizon. And honestly, that part actually has me intrigued. I always wondered what kind of work these machines would have done in a world like this, but seeing a dung beetle mechanimal rolling around, it was unexpected, but hey, I'll take it. Now, here's the problem. How much of this is actually fresh and how much is just piggybacking off of established franchises? Horizon's world building and aesthetic? Check. Monster Hunter's big creature fights? Check. Pal World's let you capture creatures, help you do labor and fight for you gameplay? Check, check, and check. Now, I'm worried that the game is leaning too much on other successes without carving out its own identity. Because without meaningful content, without something to hook players emotionally, this could end up feeling like a hollow mishmash of other games instead of something, new. And I hate to say it, but a lot of gamers might pass on this out of solidarity for Horizon and Guerrilla Games. And if it feels like a knockoff, people aren't gonna want to play it. So what about the actual trailer? It's pre-alpha footage, which means what we're seeing might not even make it to the final game. And we all know how that sometimes plays out. Visually, it looks decent, but nothing really mind-blowing. A brief moment of combat, it looks fine. A little too standard, though. Nothing about the battle mechanics really stand out as something fresh. Just your typical dodge roll, range, and melee mix. And with so many games pushing combat innovation, this feels like it's playing it way too safe. But hey, maybe the mechanicals add some depth. They can fight with you, they can help you manage your base, and if done right, it could actually be really fun. But let's be real. Pal World kind of beat them to this, and I'm gonna need to see how Motiram does it a little differently before I can get excited. So here's where I'm at. Light of Motiram looks like it could be fun, but it also looks like it's balancing on the fine line between inspired by and shameless copy. The devs seem sincere, and I've been following their Discord updates, and they do seem to care about this game, but the problem is that passion alone won't save it if the execution isn't done right. And if Motiram turns out to be a genuinely fresh take on the genre, I will be pleasantly surprised. But if it's just a Horizon Zero Dawn light, well, we've seen games like that before, and it usually doesn't end well. So what do you think? Is this shaping up to be a promising survival game, or just another seen it before title? Let me know your thoughts, especially if you're as skeptical or as cautiously curious as I am, down in the comments. And if you would like more videos like this, please like and subscribe for more. And I'll see y'all another time, my darlings. Bye.